When you start your weight loss and fitness journey, it's really important that you give yourself the right tools to keep you on track and motivated. To help us along, we've got Health Ninja Tiffiny Hall to show us how to measure up for success. Welcome to the session.
Now, why is it important to measure and not to weigh?
Because weighing is important, and scales, yes, I do agree with, but sometimes when you weigh yourself, you forget that it's not just your fat that you're weighing your muscle, you're weighing water. So one day you can be a kilo heavier, and that could just be because you had a kilo more fluids.
Yes.
Okay, so we're interested in fat loss, not the overall body composition, right?
Right.
So measuring yourself with tape is usually the best way, or measuring, you know, your clothes that get baggier as you go along, or I like an old belt, you know, as the notches go in. Yeah, winner.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So there's a certain way to measure yourself and keep it accurate, and always wear the same outfit when you're doing it. Same bra, you know.
See, that's the key,
That's
because
the key.
I find that you can weigh yourself, and then if you maybe, it looks like you put on a little bit of weight, you just change your outfit.
Yeah,
And then, hey, presto. Or you go to the toilet.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Cheating.
I'm such a fan of the genes test because I've got a body type that builds muscles, so the scales can be just really depressing.
That's the same with me, and I find, you know, you can put on weight if you're training really hard, and you're like, oh, what have I been doing wrong?
Wow.
And that's why with you, we're aiming to build a bit of muscle, because that's going to burn the calories.
Tiff is
for
my
us.
trainer.
Yeah.
Is she a ninja? Is she like...
Oh,
she's
Chris is a
training
ninja.
hardcore.
Chris is a
I know.
ninja.
You wouldn't
She's
know it by looking at me,
unbelievable.
but I am actually a
She's a
ninja.
ninja. She's sweating through it. So I'm going to show you how to do some measurements now on yourself. So the first one you want to do is bust, okay?
You see, that's always the most depressing, because when you lose weight, it's the
I
best
know,
place to go.
I know. I always get disappointed. This is... Okay, so you go nipple line straight around.
She's
there.
seen the
Everyone
nipple.
watching, guys.
Yeah, right around the nipple. It's the
It's
easiest.
sort of
Bang,
sagging
it's
down there.
right
Should I
there.
lift that up?
Should it be
Lift up.
straight?
Should I get
And
more
yes,
help?
it should be straight. I'm scared you're going to feel my bum.
I
There,
will.
bang,
I will.
Right
I'll
there.
compare it to Kim
And then the
Kardashian.
next one is you want to do waist, okay? Find your belly button, straight in here. Comes
so
around.
Buzzies,
Buzzies, belly button, bang, all right? Then the Kardashian, get all the junk in, all right?
Yes, yeah.
Hips, widest part, get it
Okay.
all in there, all right? Right around, bang. That's the
Okay,
next one for
right,
hips.
all right.
Then thigh, okay? So
I'm
you
just
want to bring your leg up.
I'm worried if I do this, I might discover I'm actually a man. Because, you know, women are supposed to have bigger hips than
Yeah.
their waists or some such thing. I think I'm shaped
That
like
hourglass thing.
I think I'm shaped
You're
like a
beautiful.
boy.
No,
you
you
are
are not.
not.
No, you are not. Then you go to thigh, right? But you need to get the widest part of the leg. So you measure from the kneecap up, okay, to the widest part. Then you mark that, and then
Oh, they're
you
going to say
measure.
that's going to get shorter as you lose weight.
No, you measure around here, okay, but the widest part, bang, that's your thigh, okay?
Okay.
And then...
And you've got to make it not too loose, not too tight.
Yeah, you've got to be accurate. So do it maybe 3 times, wear the same outfit. And I'd recommend doing it every month, your measurements. But if you're into weighing yourself, weigh yourself every week, but at the same time of day, in the same outfit.
Yeah.
Okay? And that way we can get our goals happening. And goals are important, not because we want to kill ourselves to get there, but because we want to celebrate and see the measurements going
Yeah,
down,
that's
okay?
right. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a party. You know, and we want that amazing feeling of,
That's another
yeah, I'm getting there.
You know, when you're trying to lose a bit of weight or, you know, look after what you're eating or whatever and exercise more, you get obsessed with scales as well. So this is such a pain in the neck. You can't just step on it all the time. You know, with scales, you weigh yourself in the morning, you weigh yourself after lunch, you weigh yourself at night, and you're like, oh, I've lost 200, I've put on 300 grams. As if you're going to be going like this 3 times a day.
Yeah,
Well,
it
you
doesn't make a
might.
difference. And it just proves that this is more accurate because it doesn't change day to day.
Yeah,
it
that's
does take
right.
a little bit more.
Can I ask you a question? Say I'm aiming to lose 5 kilos before the low years and I've got my threadworm diet going on.
No, yes.
What sort of centimeterage am I hoping to lose? Like, what's sort of a
5
normal?
kilos. Oh, look, I reckon you could lose maybe 1 or 2 centimetres for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But look, it is a slower process. You can crash diet and lose the centimetres quite quickly. But, you know, I would recommend losing maybe 1 centimetre 3 weeks, every 3 weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, will I ever look like Cher?
in Believe.
Absolutely.
You're never going to look like Cher.
But you've got to remember
You are ridiculous.
Even the best.
She's losing the will to live now, so just ignore Yumi and her silly questions
You
about
have a beautiful
centimetres
body
and
type,
Cher.
and you've got to remember your body is quite athletic, you know. So if you're building muscle, you know, and my legs get bigger the more I train,
Same.
and I can never get thin, skinny legs, and I'm always jealous of my sister who rocks skinny leg jeans, and I can't wear them because I can't get it over my muscle. But you know, we're all built differently, and we have to understand, you know, we love our measurements.
Mine is the
Love
calf
it.
muscles.
Love
I
it.
can never get skinny leg jeans and the boots to do up.
Then we just have to say, we're not into skinny leg jeans, it's not for us, you know, and love ourselves and our measurements for what they are, as long as
Thank
we're
you.
healthy.
This is the word according to Tiff. Love yourselves, man.
Love ourselves. We love you too. Thank you so much for joining us. Coming up this morning, James Young, but right next, immediately after this, bushfire recovery boss Christine Nixon. Don't go away.
Sapphire and faded jeans. I hope you get your dreams.